Welcome back again, everybody, to your stimulus update for today. And the big news this morning and this afternoon is that Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows will, in fact, be talking with each other on the phone about the next stimulus bill. We did not expect the talks to start up this early. I'm going to tell you everything I know about it and why I think it's happening right after this. Once again, welcome back to your stimulus update for today, Thursday, August 27th, and they are going to have a phone conversation. There are 4 major negotiators, and 2 of them are going to be talking to each other. That is Mark Meadows and Nancy Pelosi. That is very unexpected. The only reason we know it's happening is because it was leaked. It was leaked by one of the staffers to the media. The media picked up on it. They put it everywhere. I saw that it was happening. There is not that much information on it, meaning we don't know what they're going to talk about. Are each side changing their ideas? Is there going to be some sort of an agreement? We don't really know. All we know is that the conversation will be happening today, and hopefully they will be giving out press statements after that conversation, at which point, if they do, I will release a second video today. If you want to see that and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel and make sure those bell notifications are on, because if they're not, you will not be notified when the video comes out. Even if you've already subscribed, you want to make sure those bell notifications are on. And so I'm going to be releasing that video once the statements are out, if they give them. But why are they having this meeting today? There's really only one of 2 reasons why they're doing this. One is not so good. The other one is good. So let's start off with the not so good reason why they're probably having this talk today on the phone. Mark Meadows, Steven Mnuchin, and their team have been reaching out to Nancy Pelosi and their staff over the last few days, trying to connect with them again, get some information or anything changing. What do we want to do? And Nancy Pelosi and their staff has been largely silent. They have not been communicating with them. Matter of fact, the only thing that they issued back to Mark Meadows was to check to see if his phone number was correct. There's a problem with that. There's only so long you can go with one side reaching out to the other and the other side remaining silent and not actually reaching out back. We need to remember that this entire thing is political. Obviously, these people tell us they're doing this to help the American people out, but they are politicians through and through. And so they do things for their own benefits and their own reasons, their own power and whatever else they want. And top of the line for a politician is public opinion. You never want the public's opinion to turn against you, especially those who are on your side. And if you're not communicating with the other side about another stimulus bill that the American people need, that's a problem. So the not so good reason number 1 why this talk is happening is Nancy Pelosi and her staff realize they must now, in fact, communicate with the other side, because if they don't, it's going to look really bad for them. So basically, this phone call is just a save face phone call to say, hey, we reached out. We talk to each other. How will we know if that's the reason why they're doing this? We're going to know when the press statement comes out. If Nancy Pelosi says, listen, we called them, we talked to them, nothing's changed, same old story, they're not willing to budge, not willing to come up, we want to come down $1 trillion, we want them to come. If she says the same thing, it was a save face phone call to make sure that they just communicated with each other, because one side's been reaching out to her side and they haven't done anything yet. Reason number 2, they actually realize something needs to be done, and the budget for the federal government is going to start to be worked on at the end of September into October. They cannot bring the stimulus bill negotiations that long, although there's some reports that Nancy Pelosi is going to try to connect it to the federal budget. But I know for a fact she said she wants to get this done before that. So maybe this phone call is occurring because House of Representatives is coming back on September 8th, and Nancy Pelosi realizes we have no more time to waste. We have to have a bill by the time we come back in session so we can vote on it and pass it and get the aid to the American people and small businesses, hospitals, and all the rest. And this talk is about really compromising our points. Now, how are we going to know if it's that? If she comes out with a press conference that said something like, you know what, we needed to get together and get a bill done, and we had to compromise more than we wanted to. We were trying to push them to give more federal funding. Unfortunately, they were only willing to come so high, and we pressed them as hard as we possibly can. If we continue forward down this road, nobody is going to get anything. And so we made the decision to be the more mature side. We said we were willing to come to a $1.5 trillion number, which is far lower than we wanted, but it includes so much aid to the American people and so much help. There's an election coming up in November, and the American people can decide then. But right now, we have to get this help to the American people. And so we were willing to compromise massively on this bill. And when we come back into session on September 8th, there are no more delays. This bill is happening. If she comes out with a press statement like that, What does she think's going to happen? She thinks people are going to turn against her. Maybe her fringe will turn against her because they want her to hold out forever until nothing actually happens. But forget about the fringe. The regular people who realize, we know you're trying to negotiate for higher numbers, but at the end of the day, if you're negotiating with a side that's not willing to budge, what can you do for the American people? You're a leader. You're a compromiser. You're supposed to figure it out and get something done. The vast majority of Democrats are like that. Those are the people that you should be working for. If there's a fringe group of individuals who say, we don't want anything unless it's everything we want, or unless they come way up, forget about that. Those people don't run the government for a reason. So you got to get your ears off of them. We have people in leadership who are compromisers and workers. That's what you need to come out and say in your statement. And if she does something like that, or Mark Meadows comes out and says, hey, we've had some good conversations, it looks like we're very close, then it was a really good faith talk. If not, if it's the other one, then it was a save face talk. If you want to know which one it is, subscribe to the channel. I will let you know when the press statements come out, if the press statements come out later on today with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is the most important stimulus news of the day. There's nothing else more important than this. The phone call between Nancy Pelosi and Mark Meadows is all you need to know. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, I will catch you guys next time.